March 22nd, Mechwarrior Online patch notes 2022. The next patch is hitting. Hello friends, I'm still TTB. Welcome back to Mechwarrior Online news. March 22nd marks the day when 8v8 queue goes away. It goes back to 12v12. It's also going to be the date that we get our next MWO patch. And let's have a look what is in that patch and let's discuss what we can look forward to. So, this month's update, what do we get? We get the Bloodname Booster Pack, that's the Kit Fox and the Summoner, the Kit Fox P and the Summoner Gulf. Then we will also have a new quick play map from Francois that's called Emerald Vale. It's based on the new faction and the old faction map play map Emerald Tiger. Has some very close similarities, but we'll have to talk about that in a sec, but should be interesting to play at least. It will be the 8th quirk pass, some quirk adjustments and some other stuff. And then if you haven't seen it yet, be sure to check out the MWO roadmap or the map of disappointment for some people. And look out for a new devlog coming soon. Devlog, if they do another devlog, we will, of course, talk about it and see what they have to say. They also further continue to say that as with everything, these updates are subject to further balance changes in the future, especially as more variables are brought into the equation with future updates and changes, which is a good thing. That means there will be future development, or at least they're planning on future development, future changes. That is good. Now, starting off with a new quick play map, Emerald Vale. It's based on Emerald Tiger. Let's have a quick look at the screenshots. I mean, it looks very similar to Emerald Tiger. It has a similar loadout, similar layout. I'm not sure if you can get up here, because if you could get up here, that seems very scary. That's like a sniper position that can basically see the whole map. It seems to be like a smaller map, maybe. Maybe we'll have to see. But this, to me, look at that, guys. There's a path up here, so I think you can get up here. And I really hope that's not the case, because then once again you will have like a fishbowl with people being able to get on the outside on sniper positions that they can just shoot down at other people. We'll reserve judgment until the map's there, until we have the ability to play it, but yeah, you can see it right here. We don't know where the spawn points are yet, though. It could be that it's actually tough to get to these positions. We don't know. We'll have to see. It's going to be a new biome, or a biome that people in quick play don't know yet. But from what I'm seeing here, yeah, I'm seeing a path that goes up into the mountains and goes all the way around down to here. Oh. I already envision 10,000 clan mechs sitting on top there, vomiting laser at you. We'll see. We'll see. We get to play it in a couple of days. 3 days from now, so should be fine. Then, the new mechs that are coming in. We get the Bloodname Booster Pack, which is the Kit Fox and, of course, the Summoner. You still have 30 days from the release of the patch to buy that mech pack and still get the early adopter bonus. For the art style, they went with the same way that they went with the Warden pack, I think, which was a pretty cool art style. You get a Kit Fox with side torso high mounts that are comparable to the Purifier if you don't have that. And you get a Summoner that will be able to shoot a lot of missiles at the enemy. This is going to be the mech that I'm looking most forward to, because I want to see if I can brawl with that thing with SRMs. That should be fun. Also, it looks cool. I like that they're going for cool looks. Now, next up are Mech Quirk Pass changes, number 8 in the Quirk Pass series. And I'm not going to go through all of them because it's just too much, especially for the clan mechs that just get like different changes for different torso parts, which is insane. Instead, I'm trying to focus on what I find is significant or interesting. So, for example, for the Kit Fox P, 30% UAC jam chance on left arm is interesting, and 15% ballistic velocity on the left arm is interesting. 10% extra cooldown on the set of 8, 15% missile cooldown on the set of 8, plus missile velocity on the right arm. The CT will have extra heat dissipation. That's also super interesting. And of course, extra armor and structure. Okay. The Summoner, the new one, comes in with extra structure, left torso, right torso, CT. Arms as well. Extra armor on left arm, right arm. No extra armor on CT arms or anything. We'll have to look at the whole package in the end, though. I hope that this thing is not going to be too flimsy to brawl. We get ERPPC velocity and cooldown on the right arm, range on the left arm. Set of 8 gets you energy cooldown and laser duration. Nothing for the missiles, unfortunately. 20 degrees torso yaw angle instead of 8. I wanna test that. I wanna see how strong that is or how strong that feels. 20 degrees extra angle could be a lot, or not. Then adjustments to previously requirked mechs. Jenners get a tiny bit more CT armor and a tiny bit more leg armor, except the Oxide. Jenner 7 Delta gets 5% extra top speed and some missile cooldown, some extra heat. Jenner Foxtrot gets laser duration, slight buff, plus extra 5% heat. And the Oxide gets minus 15% missile spread. Now that is interesting. Definitely have to try out the Oxide with some LRMs. Yeah. SRMs. We're not learning in here. At least, no, but not where people can see it. Then you see, same thing, a little bit extra armor. Then you see Standard gets 10% extra heat and a 100 meter seismic default. That is nice. If you add seismic on top of that, can you get that to 300 meters, I wonder? Then you see 2 gets 25% radar derp. And they changed the ER laser duration to flat laser duration. Nice. The 3 gets 5% heat flat. So again, just changing specific modifiers to general modifiers. I like that. 10% range, 1 extra consumable slot, and the Alpha 5% heat. Cougars armor up a little bit on CT left torso and right torso. Nova Alpha gets 5% ERPPC cooldown on left arm and right arm, and the Nova Delta gets a 35% cooldown buff in the set of 8 and 20% weapon velocity. So we might have to check Nova Delta after this as well. The Uziels, the 2S gets 10% heat, and missile cooldown gets buffed to minus 25%. Ooh, also something to have a look at. The Black Knight, they removed the PPC cooldown, but they increased PPC heat bonus to minus 12.5% from minus 5%, so that is significant. That means that this mech, if you run it with PPCs, is gonna run. It's not gonna shoot as fast, but it's gonna run a lot more cool. All Victors get 20% fall damage. Okay. Knightster 9P gets extra 15% ballistic velocity, 9J gets 10% ballistic cooldown, and heat 10% instead of 5%. Nice. Laser heat has been removed. This one I'm excited about. Marauder 2, the Marauder 4 HP, 15% SRM range. Remember what I've been saying, guys, and match survival quirks with the Marauder 4 Alpha. So, it looks like the raid boss SRM brawler might be back. I mean, we'll try to bring it back. We're just gonna get shot by comp teams at long range, but we'll try to bring it back. Okay, so those were just adjustments. Now we talk about the Quirk Pass 8. That will have the Bushwhacker, the Catapult, the Niger, the Charger, the Warhammer 2C. This is where we get into the meat of the matter. Bushwhacker X1 gets 10% ballistic velocity, X2 gets laser duration and cooldown, the S2 gets missile velocity, heat, range, and cooldown. Nice. The P1 gets missile velocity, heat, and missile range. P2 gets 10% range and ballistic velocity. And the High Roller gets a little bit more left arm armor, okay. 5% energy heat, 25% crit chance receiving, and 10% laser cooldown. I always played the High Roller with double rack 5s or so maybe energy is now interesting as well. We'll have to see. Catapults! Catapults! All variants get extra structure on the legs. The C1 gets extra armor on left arm, right arm. Right, nice. LRM velocity has been converted to missile velocity, less missile spread, laser duration increased, 1 extra consumable slot, 1 UAV extra, and 100 meter sensor range. The A1 gets 25 armor to the arms, SRM heat scale limit +2. So you should be able to shoot 6 SRM 6 without ghost hit. Sounds nice. What's missing here is SRM range. Unless it already has missile range. I would have to check if it already has missile range, because it just says edit. It doesn't say what it already has. So it might already have like 10% missile range or whatever. We'll have to check that. But for all the SRM stuff, it just, in my opinion, it always just needs extra range. Catapult K2. 20% AC velocity and 10% energy heat gets 10% flat heat. The K2, we've had a lot of fun with like AC and PPC builds. These now get even better. The Charlie 4 Catapult gets extra armor left arm, right arm, missile velocity, and extra sensor range. The C2, missile velocity, missile heat, LBX spread, and LBX velocity. Aha! Okay. Okay. LB20s. And the Butterbee gets extra MRM velocity and 10% MRM heat, also extra sensor range. Okay. Nigers. Niger Prime, 5% heat dissipation to CT. So they're adding something unique to each CT, right? The Prime gets, and then they're adding something to the sets of 8 here as well. Prime, 5% heat dissipation to CT, set of 8, UAC heat and UAC velocity. The Alpha gets weapon velocity on the CT, missile heat, UAC jam chance, missile heat on the left torso and right torso, sorry, and then UAC jam chance and velocity on the set of 8. Bravo gets weapon velocity on CT, 25% radar duration in HD. HD? HD? Head department? Head dome? 720p? Alright. Ballistic velocity, ballistic cooldown 10% instead of 8, slight buff. 7.5% ballistic velocity instead of 8, and Gauss cooldown has been removed. Charlie gets laser duration to CT, 10 extra armor to the right torso, and energy range converted to just flat range. Delta, missile cooldown and missile heat, left torso, right torso, and left arm, right arm, respectively. Niger Hotel gets 2.5% cooldown on the CT, and the ballistics cooldown is converted to flat on cooldown in the set of 8. And the Jade Kite, 5% range on the CT, 25% radar deprivation to the head, and 10% ERPPC heat and set of 8. Okay, nothing too crazy going on here. So, but there might be some cool new options that open up, especially with missiles and or Dakar. Then, the Chargers. I like the Chargers. I've made a lot of German engineering videos about the Chargers. All variants, 7.5% extra mech top speed. Nice. And then this is where it gets weird. This is where it gets weird in a beautiful way. Charger 1A1. First and foremost, max survival bonuses. And then 50% extra range on standard and ER small lasers, and 50% less cooldown on standard and ER small lasers. How many ER small lasers can the Charger 1A1 run? Can run 7, right? 7 ER smalls at 50% less cooldown and 50% extra range. Guys, 7 smalls or 7 ER smalls doesn't sound like much, but remember, we've shown it so many times, especially with mechs that can run a lot of them. Like, for example, with that Stalker that we ran with MRMs and what was it, 9 small lasers. They do insane damage up close. And 7 smalls, or 7 smalls at that range, with that kind of cooldowns, that's the equivalent of 2 to 3 AC-20s at least. This is very deceptively powerful. This should be fun. This should be fun. I'm definitely gonna try that one out. Then Charger 1A5, 10% cooldown. The AC-20 cooldown was reduced to 5% from 10%. 5% snap-nose PPC cooldown and minus 25% crit hit chance receiving. Charger 3K also gets extra tankiness, 10% heat, laser heat scale limit +1. And the Charger number 7 crit hit chance receiving 90%. So it's basically almost impossible to crit this mech. And 10% heat bonus from 5%. I would have liked to see maybe another laser heat scale limit +1 on this, because the Charger number 7 is, as far as offensive power is concerned, the weakest of the lot. So I would have liked to see like a heat scale limit buff or something to that, but we'll see. We'll see. Warhammer 2Cs. The Warhammer 2C gets 5% energy heat and 5% energy range. The Warhammer 2C3 gets a heavy laser duration and 10% laser heat. 2C4 gets 10% ATM velocity and 10% range. The 2C10, is it 1D or 10? I can't even, it's 10, right? Gets ER laser heat and ER laser range. The Alpha gets 10% ballistic velocity, 10% cooldown, and energy and LBX cooldown have been removed. The Bludgeon gets jump jet thrust and jump jet burn duration, but just a minuscule amount. And the Maul gets UAC jam duration, LBX cooldown, and weapon velocity. So nothing too crazy going on for the Warhammer 2Cs, and the Warhammer 2C2, the Learn Boat, doesn't get anything new. Bug fixes. Activated lower arm actuators on the Kickfox Delta champion mech. Okay, well, that's it. Map changes. Emerald Whale is on quick play. It will have Assault, Conquest, Domination, and Skirmish. It will not have, thankfully, Incursion. And fix an issue with lighting on some levels to properly support reflections on mechs. Okay. What I'm not seeing is any fixed spawn points on any of the current maps. I hope in the next patch notes we will see some spawn point fixes right here. Well, some interesting stuff in here. New map could be fun to play as well. We'll see how it develops. As I just said, I'm just a little bit scared of these obvious sniper positions and how easy it's gonna be to get to them, but that is 100% dependent on where the teams spawn. We'll have to see. We'll have to see. It's going to be something new. Let's be open to it, let's give it our best, let's try it out, and let's provide feedback to the team at PGI so that they know whether they are on the right track or not. What do you guys think of these patch notes? Let me know in the comments down below. As always, if this video was helpful to you, share it with your friends, maybe share with friends that haven't played for a while, maybe they will be enticed to get back into the game. Of course, hit the thumbs up button if you haven't already done so, and if you want to support me, you can either hit that join button over there, it's right below the video, to become a channel member on YouTube, get some exclusive stuff, or you can support me in various other ways. Links are in the video description below. Have a great rest of your day, guys. This has been TTB saying, I'll see you next time.